Oh, well, that was an interesting night. That was a very interesting night. Well, it actually began early in the day with two North Division games, which didn't have much meaning, but they were pretty good. Both went to overtime. Both ended with scores of 4-3. And for the Ottawa Senators, um, they actually reached 50 points. That's something. And they were the only team this year not to get shut out. But remember now, the Senators are the worst team in the league, and it's the only reason, and it's in the nucleus of a very horrendous North Division. That's the narrative they want to put out there. Even though, like I said, Ottawa finished with 51 points. Okay, New Jersey didn't reach 50. Buffalo didn't even reach 40. Um, Columbus didn't reach 50. Detroit didn't reach 50. The Ducks didn't reach 50. San Jose played their season finale today. They lost. They're stuck, so they finished with 49. And the Kings have 49 with one game left. But the way they play tonight, they may not reach 50. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the American divisions who either failed to reach 50 or could who either failed to reach 50 or could fail to reach 50 points this season. But remember, Ottawa's the worst team in the league. Ugh. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, isn't it? But yeah. So plus the North Division looks like could be the only division out of four to have all teams have at least 50 plus points. What with Calgary and Vancouver's many makeup games, three of them against each other. So yeah, so that narrative is just nonsense. But let's get back to what's important. The last remaining seeding race, and it's getting a little bit clear. So after the North games, the remaining six West teams who hadn't finished their seasons yet all played. Of course, the Ducks and Arizona all played their 56. Vegas was in San Jose. The Avalanche hosted the Kings, and the Blues hosted the Wild. Vegas and Colorado were playing for the division title and the President's Trophy. The Wild, the Wild were trying to play for seeding, but it was pretty iffy. They couldn't afford to lose any more points. If they lost one more point, they would be locked in at number 3 and have to start on the road. But and that's exactly what happened. All three West games ended in shutouts. 6-0, 6-0, 4-0. Crazy. Yeah, the Blues blanked the Wild. The Wild just didn't have it tonight, and the power plays gone back to pot, and at the worst possible time for them. So Minnesota, with Minnesota's loss, they are cemented as number 3. So they will. So game 1 for them will start on the road, either in Denver or Vegas. Yes, it's still either or because Vegas and Colorado both won. Now, the only way Vegas could have won the President's Trophy is if they outdid us in points. They won. Had we went to overtime and lost, Vegas would have had the um, President's Trophy. But both teams won, so that's still up for grabs entering the last day of the West Division's regular season. And one of 3 games tomorrow is Colorado and the Kings. And it's simple. We win. We take the West. We take the President's Trophy, and we face the Blues in round 1 and have home ice throughout. If we get less than 2 points, if we lose even in overtime, Vegas gets the President's Trophy and the division, and they face the Blues, and we'll face Minnesota. Now, I have to talk. I have to bring this up because I'm an overall hockey fan, but I'm also an Avalanche fan who's very concerned about how we're going to do this year. Um, I said this before. I wrote a story on Vocal about the President's Trophy, and it's been believed that there's some bad juju behind the President's Trophy. Not a lot of Cup winners come out of that trophy. In fact, a lot of teams who win it don't really make it far. And we all know what happened 2 years ago with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that's kind of added. That's kind of added on to it. But here's the thing: there's a couple things. There's a couple things on our side. Number one, we've never really been snake bitten by the President's Trophy. To me, to me, the curse, if you will, involves teams not getting past round two. If you make it to round three, it still falls short of what you're supposed to do as the best with the best record in the league, but it's pretty far and pretty deep in the playoffs. The Avalanche won the President's Trophy twice. Once in the 96-97 season, this was after we won our first cup. We made it to the conference final, but Detroit knocked us out en route to winning the cup. And then, of course, 2001, we all know what happened there. 52 wins, 118 points, mission 16W. After 22 years, Ray Bork. We know it. So the Avalanche historically have never really been snake bitten by the President's Trophy. Not like, let's say, or the Blues, who won it in 2000 and lost in round one to San Jose. However, San Jose, about 9 years later, they would get snake bitten by that trophy. They won it that year, but lost in six to the Ducks. Of course, the Vancouver Canucks, 2011-2012, they won it right after they went to the final. Only won one game. However, that was one game more than the Lightning 2 years ago. First one to get swept. But that's negative. That's the negative thinking. We have had cup winners from that trophy. Not a lot. It's been 8 years since the trophy winner actually won the cup. Went on to win the cup that same year. The Blackhawks. But like I said, historically, the Avalanche have not really been snake bitten by it. We have had deep playoff runs. 2 times we won that trophy. So, with that, I say, let's go. We should just go all out and go for it. Just go out there, win that game, because we need home ice advantage in case we play Vegas in round two. And that could be an if, and it's definitely in case, because Vegas, if they don't get the President's Trophy, they'll play Minnesota, and Minnesota has been trouble for the Knights all season. Vegas can't beat Minnesota. It's amazing. Matter of fact, Vegas has only beaten the Wild once in regulation. They beaten the Wild 3 times in eight games, but only one of those times was regulation. That's frightening. That's very frightening. So and even though we've had good fortune against Minnesota this year, I'd rather we play St. Louis, because history's not been kind to the Avs when we play Minnesota in the playoffs. We all know those 2 Game 7s, both at home, and just terrible memories. So we need to win that final game. We need to win that final game. It comes with does that win come with does that win come with getting the trophy? Yeah, it does. I'm sorry for stuttering. But do we end up with the President's Trophy win it? Yes. But more importantly, do we end up with home ice advantage throughout? Yes. And that includes in a potential series against Vegas, because it seems to be inevitable. Yes. Against a team like the Vegas Golden Knights, who doesn't mess around, you need every advantage you can get. And President's Trophy, as shoddy of a history as it has, that's part of it. That gives us that advantage. So we need to just say the hell with it and go out and win that game. And yes, we'll get the trophy, but we are good enough to really go far and get cup number 3 out of this. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow. Vegas' regular season is done, and all we have to do is beat the Kings again, and we win the division. We get the President's Trophy. We get home ice throughout all of it, and we're definitely going to need a leg up. We're definitely going to need a leg up should we make the semifinals, because that's when the tough competition comes in. So so with that, I say uh, that's my recap of tonight's action. I will be back to recap everything from tomorrow, and hopefully it comes with some congratulations to us for getting the division and getting the best record and getting home ice throughout. And so the final piece of the puzzle, the playoff puzzle, will be complete. The final two series will be decided. So I'll be back tomorrow to recap everything.